Hey there baddies, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing my end of the month overview. I haven't done one of these in ages, so I feel like before I show y'all how I set up the month of August, we need to close out the month of July. So here in front of you, you see my fourth paycheck for the month of July. Even though it was a 5-week month, I went ahead and just put the money from my fifth paycheck towards some things that I have going on instead of cash stuffing it because it was like 2 days in that week. So here's everything. Here's the budget for the fourth week. I know y'all didn't get to see me cash stuff that, but I did go ahead and budget. And so before we go ahead and look at our cash stuffing for next time, we'll come back here and we'll look at our groceries and our check-in from the fourth week of July. But to go ahead and close out our month here, we have a couple pages. So we have our expense tracker that we look at. I leverage my credit a lot with my cash envelopes because I'm able to now pay it off in full every month, and I'm more comfortable with credit than I was. I know I won't abuse it. So this is how I do that. I didn't expense track nearly as much as I should have, by the way. And then here we have our monthly overview results. So here you list out your sinking funds, what you started with at the beginning of the month, and then we're going to go through and count them and see how we ended the month. You can also do the same for your savings and investments, any debt that you're paying off, and then down here is a notes section, okay? So the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do before we do this monthly results overview is pull the money from our expense tracker. So there are expenses here that I use sinking funds for, but I use my credit card to pay them. So at the end of the month, which is now technically, I'm gonna pull the rest of this money. I'm gonna go ahead and pay off the credit card with the money from the sinking funds. So feel free to watch. If you've been watching me for any time, you know I've already done the ones up to the 13th. So we're gonna do 7/20 to 7/31 here. Okay, so the first one we're gonna go ahead and look at, and I go ahead and highlight them to color code and make it easier for my eyes. So it looks like we have clothes here, and for clothes, we only have one. So for clothes, I spent $110 at Old Navy, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that. So here's our clothes and shoes sinking fund, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull $110, and this is going to go towards paying myself back on my credit card. So what we're also gonna do is use our budget sheet here to notate the cash flow in the envelope, meaning as I take money out and put money in, I need to be tracking on my budget sheet. So I had $470, and today, so in here now we have $100, $200, $300, $320, $340, $360. Alrighty, so we got clothes done, so we're gonna check that one off. Up next, we have prescriptions. That's gonna be in my medical fund. So we have two medicals here. So one of them is $90.28, and the other was $200. So $290.28 is what we owe from our medical fund. So we're gonna go ahead and just do $291 if we can. I don't know if I have any ones in here. So we're gonna do 200, 20, 40, 60, 80. We're just gonna do 300 from medical because I don't have the proper change. So in here now, we should have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 220. So we're gonna have $220 in there, which should be correct. We got both of our medicals covered. Ooh, that is so trifling. Whole piece of gum sitting there. So sorry, y'all. That's so country. Okay, up next, we have our pups. So our pups are a low priority fund, and they spent $30 this go round. So we're gonna pull $30 from their fund. Do I have any 10s here? Yes. So I'm gonna pull 20 and put 10 back so that we took $30 out. So in here now, we have 20, 40, 60, 80, $110. So for 81, I done put 81.1. For our unstuffing, we pulled out $30, and now we have $110. Alrighty, next up we have my truck. And in my truck, I bought a sunshade on Amazon, so that's $10 that I need to pull there. And I do not have change. Okay, so I'm gonna put this 10 back. So we just pulled 10. We have $30 remaining here. And we've got our tracker updated. All right, up next, we have our fun envelope, and here we spent $48. So we're gonna pull out 20, 40, ooh, we do have it, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So in here now we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, $86 in fun. Okay, and keep in mind I do this at the end of every month. It's really a good way if you're responsible enough to leverage credit while also using cash stuffing. Works well for me. All right, up next here we have perfume. I spent $185 at Ulta. So let's go in and pull that. So let's pull the old 100, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. We'll do 190. Double check myself. 100, 120, 140, 160, 170, 180. 190 is what we are pulling here. So left over we have 120. All right. So I hadn't got to spend that money yet. It was nice. There was a new I think I got two perfumes and a sampler, a free something from Ulta. All right, so for my nieces, this was like an unexpected expense. I usually do this for her every year, but I figured she would have what she needed this year, but she didn't. So I know I overspent for this one. So she needed school supplies and school clothes. So I spent $285 on the supplies and $350 on her clothes and shoes, which was $635 total. If I go up here to my niece's envelope, I know I don't have that much. So in here we should have 400. So 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400. So we have 400 and we need 635. So I need to pull 235 from somewhere else. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just pull it from my spending money. And that's okay, it is what it is. So I'm gonna pull the 235 from my money. So 100, 200, 220. I'm gonna just do 240. So from spending, I took 235. And so in here now, we should have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. So we now have $100. Oh, I actually took 240. 240. And now we have $100. Okay, that looks more like right. Her fund, I pulled the entire 400, so she has nothing left. So nieces is back to zero. And we'll start building it up till they need it again. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we got both of those covered. So we got everything unstuffed. So the very last thing I want to do here is go ahead and total up how much I owe. So $1,309 is what I owe. Let's count how much we have here. So we need $1,309 to be able to pay off the bill. So 100, 200, 300, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1,300, 1,310, 1,320, 1,325, 26, 27, and 28. So we have $1,328, which is perfect. It can sit in there and be the buffer for next month. So this will get deposited into my operating account, which is where all the money comes in. I'll transfer it over and pay off the credit card bill for the month of July. And there we go. So this is how I use credit cards and sinking funds. And I do this every month, sometimes a couple times a month, depending on when due dates come across. You can have a more accurate view of what our end of month totals truly are. So the first place we're gonna go here is to our sinking funds. What we're gonna do is, we see how much we started with. Now we're going to go ahead and see how much we ended with. And I'm not gonna count them because I already did that. I just updated these trackers today. But using my budget sheets, I'm gonna write in how much I actually have in these funds now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we went in and added in the ending totals. So all you want to do is subtract or add whichever number is bigger from whichever number is smaller, and whichever, that's just kind of how I do it. So we started with $1,280, we ended with $505, so we obviously spent more than we saved this month. We started this month with $8,876 in sinking funds. Let's see how we ended. Started with $1,280, we ended with $505. So that means that we spent $775 out of emergency funds, which is fine. In car maintenance, we started with $640, ended with $720, $80. Holidays, we started with $340, we ended with $420. So again, we saved another $80 there, and I'm gonna go ahead and calculate them all the way down to the bottom. All our numbers here, and in this column is where we ended up adding to those funds, and here is where we spent more than we saved, which is okay. Remember, the sinking funds are intended to be used. You are saving up for a thing, so when that thing happens, it's perfectly fine to use the money. So now I'm going to calculate the totals for all three of these columns, and I'll be right back. Okay, so if you check this out here, you can see we started this month with $8,876 in our sinking funds. We ended up saving, right, $1,276. We ended up spending $3,045. Technically, we may have saved these combined together, but this just shows money saved and money spent. So we're ending the month with $7,002, which is less than we started with. So technically we spent $1,874 this month, which is fine. Again, sinking funds are intended to be spent, and not every month are you dropping. You're usually having more money saved. So that's kind of where we're at with our sinking funds. We started with $8,876. We're ending the month with $7,002. Over here for my savings and investments, I'm choosing to track and just share with y'all. I'm not sharing all my money, but I'll share this. For my breast reduction, I saved $280 this month towards that. So that gives us $290, $310, $330, $350, $370, $390, $410, $430, $450, $470, $490, $510, $530, $540, $550, $560, $565, $566. So we now have $566 in our breast reduction fund. Okay, so this month we were able to save $280. We have $566 in there. For one of my high yield savings accounts, I'm trying to track it because it's more of a short-term one. I was able to add $9,000 to that fund, which makes it a total of $40,172.61. And that's just kind of something I want to track because I have a goal for that one this year. For overall investing, which is all of my retirement investing, I was able to add $2,500 this month, and that gives me a total of $85,072.87 invested, which is really good as somebody who started 3 years ago with nothing. Not even three, about 2.5 years ago with nothing saved or invested. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm gonna go ahead and add up the totals here for these because I'm gonna be tracking these every month. So total saved with all of those is $125,811.48. And down here, I'm gonna do the individual tracking of my investments, but I'm not sharing that here. Okay, so for my truck wrap, as y'all know, I paid that on my credit card and I just want to pay myself back for it. So this month I was able to get $1,000 paid toward it. $4,500 is what I paid. So obviously minus the $1,000, I still owe myself $3,500. And also this month I'm going to start tracking my student loans. So I just put it there to remind myself, because y'all know we're about to have to start paying on those again. And I have 2 student loans left that I'm holding off on until I do get a mortgage. So that's it for our monthly results overview. So this is something that we'll do at the end of every month. It just enables you to go ahead and see the progress that you made with your savings, your debt, your investments, all that good stuff, as well as to check in with your expense tracking and see where your money went. The most important thing when it comes to managing and handling your finances is understanding where your money's going and creating a plan for it moving forward, okay? So the very last thing we're going to do here, I'm not sure if I'll split this into 2 videos or not, because it's already feeling like it's getting long. But I'm going to go ahead and put my budget planner here aside. I'm shooting to have these, y'all, at the end of August, beginning of September. I'm having a little delay because I'm having to make tweaks, but this is more of what it'll look like, not with this coil. This is another sample that I received. It's gonna have these rings here. I'm gonna put these on to protect the corners, and shooting to have tabs. I don't like these because they're a little fragile. It'll have the pocket, sneak peek, but it'll be more like this one, the one that we're bringing out. So we have this version, which is our largest size. We have the A5 with the Baddie Edition A5 planner, and it's the same budget sheets that are in here. They're just in A5 size. If you prefer something smaller, you can have an option to add on a set of tabs like we put here. And it's the exact same planner as the big one, just in the A5 version here with the custom Baddies and Budgets binder. And we also have the clear A5 Baddies and Budgets themed. If you like clear, it has the strap around it to keep it. And as well, this one will hold about up to 6 months worth. I'd probably do 5 just for space reasons. But again, you can upgrade the tabs. It's an A5 version. If you're a clear girly, this is for you. I think I'm gonna put a dashboard with this one too for the front. Just to, y'all know me, extra. So yeah, that's all the ones we'll have available. We'll also have a digital version. We'll have a printable version that you can, you'll get 1 of each sheet and you can print them out and use them if you prefer to do that. We'll also have a fillable version that you can type. If you're a computer person but don't have an iPad, you can type in your budget. And we'll also have a hyperlinked version that you can put in GoodNotes and use that way. So we heard y'all last year that you wanted all the different types because y'all all have different stuff. So this will be available in 5 different versions, and we're super excited about it.